Hi everybody. I got halfway through this, filling this jar, and I thought, I've never made a video about when I make sauerkraut. So, I'm gonna do that. I got a pretty good size head of cabbage that my mom gave me. And what you do is you slice it up, just, you know, about like so. And you put a good tablespoon of salt. Let's see, I'll show you. Kosher salt in there. I put it right in there. A good tablespoon or so. And then you slice this up. And then you take this. This is my Tupperware rolling pin. It's filled with popcorn. But on this end, there's no cover, no way moisture can get into it. But on this end, there's a cover where you put the popcorn in. My mom had one like this, and I always loved it. Because you keep it in the freezer, and it keeps the popcorn cold, and it keeps it fresh too. Plus, when you need a cold rolling pin, you get it out of the freezer, fill it with the popcorn seeds, and it's mighty cold. Anyway, I take this in and I put it down and I push it down here as much as I can get it. With the salt and everything in it already. You can use a tablespoon or a little more than a tablespoon. You just pack it down, and as the salt starts working, you're going to start seeing, can't really see it now, but it doesn't, camera doesn't pick it up, but there's a little bit of juice starting to come in there. And then I just fluff this up the way I want it. And I use the whole cabbage, core and everything. I don't waste it. It works just fine. I've made it this way for years. You stuff some more in there. But I have this problem. I love raw cabbage, so I can't. I can't not eat it. And all you people that are following the ketogenic diet, you can have as much cabbage as you want. Or carnivore diet. Now, I'm going to have to push this down. Usually I use two hands, but I'm trying to hold the camera too. Just keep stomping it down. You want to pack it in there as tight as you can pack it in there. Okay, now I'll be right back when I get the rest of this sliced up with my saw knife. I think it's a Ginsu, I'm not sure, but I love this knife. So I just slice it as thin as I can. And we stuff it in there. I'll bring you back when I get it chopped up because I only got one hand. Okay. Got this chopped up now. And this is the only piece I'm wasting. That's all. And if something happens, I can't get this all in the jar, I'll eat it. I don't know, ever since I was a kid, I've always loved cabbage. For those of you that don't know, cabbage is like beans. It's a musical fruit. The more you eat, you know. Yeah. Okay, now I gotta squish this down some more. You really gotta pack it in there. The more ramming you do, the more juice will come up. If all else fails, you get another jar. That's what I'll do if I can't get it down. I just gotta get it down enough I can get everything in there. Oh. I think I can get some more in there now. And then I'll keep doing this for the better part of the day. I'll come back every so often and squish some more down in there. But you want to have, especially when the liquid starts coming, you want to have your cabbage below the liquid. You don't want it sticking out. And yes, I'm working at my stove again because it's the only countertop I really have. So I have to clean my stove about 100 million times a day. There. And when this is going too, I will whoa, almost don't eat it. I'll come back and squish it down some more too. Or you can always get something heavy to put in there, like a rock or something. Because when you're making sauerkraut, you're actually fermenting. And I love homemade sauerkraut. Once you make it and you eat your own sauerkraut, you won't want that store stuff again. I'm going to put a little more, just a little more salt at the top of it. I've already got some in there, but I'll put a little more. Don't matter how much you put because you rinse it anyway. At least I do. Because some people will get the, pardon me, not running all around. Some people get the snarks from the sauerkraut, and they say, my dad always does it, he rinses his and rinses it and rinses it, and that way it doesn't affect him so badly. Gonna have to let it work some more. And as the sauerkraut ages, there's going to be more water that comes out of it, and it will get really full. And then what I do afterwards, I take my pickle jar here, put the lid on it, but you leave it loose like this, so that it's not tight, because that's got to breathe. And I set it there, mark up my calendar, and I let mine go for 28 days. And then we eat it. And then, well, what I'll do is get bratwurst or something and put it in a slow cooker. Really good that way. Or else, I can it. You can freeze it after it's done, or you can can it. But when you can it, you kill all the beneficial bacteria and stuff that's in there, because it's a natural probiotic. So the best way to eat it is wait the 28 days for it to ferment and everything. And this it'll be right full up to here with water. And I'll be tamping this down some more. And it will, the more I tamp it, the water will come up all the way up. And I think it's lactic acid fermenting or something like that. It turns into, I can't remember the technical name of it anyway. But it's all stuff that's good for you. And I make this several times a year. And some of this cabbage that we got came from the food bank. And I'm going to be getting some more, and I'll have, right down here, I have a 10-gallon crock pot. I want to fill that up and get that going with some sauerkraut in it. And what I got going over here, don't mind my dirty dishes in the sink. I haven't got to it yet. Today also, I have zucchini in homemade spaghetti sauce that I made in my slow cooker. You just slice it up in your favorite spaghetti sauce or make your own and cook it for the like 4 hours or so. And I really like this. We used to make this in cooking school when I went, and they really liked it. And I thought, that don't sound good at all until I tried it. And you can make lasagna with zucchini too. And it's good. I've made it before. You wouldn't think so, but it does. Mine's one of them stand-go things, so you can pick this up if you can lift it by the lid. It's not going to spill. My wife and kids got that for me a few years ago. It's get pretty good and hot. Oh, so 4 hours, we'll have that to eat. You put it in a dish and get yourself a fork, and if you have it, cover it with Parmesan cheese. Oh, is it good? And then you can cook noodles and put noodles in with it too if you want to. But this way is, I like it this way because it's more keto. The exception of the spaghetti sauce. But I didn't put any sugar in mine. Mine only has the sugar in it that naturally comes in a tomato. I don't add sugar to spaghetti sauce or nothing like that because there's no reason for it. Makes no sense. It just makes it unhealthy. That stuff you buy in the stores all got corn syrup added to it and a bunch of sugar and everything. And if you're diabetic, you don't want all that. But I'm making this, and then what I'll probably do is I'll eat some of this, and then I will put it in pint jars and can it. So back over to the sauerkraut now. Let's see if it's getting any. Oh yeah, there's liquid starting to come out now in the bottom. Don't know if you can see it. Can't hold it still. You see it down there? I can't really. It's down there, but when I tip the jar, it runs away from me. I don't know if you can see it. I can't pick it up on camera. Well, it moves on me too. But anyway, I'll be tamping that down some more. And that's how I make sauerkraut. Put it this way, I haven't eaten it all my life and I ain't dead yet, so might be something with it. It tastes just like the sauerkraut you buy in the store, only better. Anything I would do different if I had it, and I can't find them anywhere, not at a ridiculous price, is I might put caraway seeds in it. I like that too, but don't have any. See, I'm using my pickle jar. Yep. And I don't know if Tupperware makes these things anymore. These rolling pins, I get the cover off like, ugh. So yeah. See my popcorn seeds in there? I dump it all over myself. See? Popcorn. We've been eating it, so. But normally it's full of popcorn seeds. And it stays cold. Like, I've had this out a good, I don't know, half hour already. And where the popcorn seeds are, it's cold. You can see it sweating. I don't have one of those wooden plunger mortise things or whatever they call them, to smashing down sauerkraut. Don't have one of those. So I do what I got. Gotta be creative. And the more you push this down, the more juice you'll start getting out of it. Oh, it takes some strength, I'll tell you. Or you could start with a lot smaller amount in the jar, maybe too. But I've always done it this way. And I don't waste any more cabbage than I absolutely have to. See, this is it. The part where the core thing comes up here. Because that's a little tough. But the whole head of cabbage is in there. And it was a great big head. And I'm going to get some more. We got some of them in Michigan. They have like the thing that's called Project Fresh for low-income people. And we go there and get, you can only buy with these coupons, Michigan produce. It's got to be grown in Michigan. So I don't know if your states have something like that or not. Might be something to check into. And I don't get it yet, but my wife's a senior and it's more geared towards seniors. But I'm authorized to get it for her. So we go get stuff at our fruit market and I wait till the Michigan stuff comes in because it's bigger. Our heads of cabbage are, I mean, as big as a basketball, if not bigger. Usually a lot bigger. I can usually get a couple of gallon jugs out of one head of our cabbage, which is pretty good. A lot of the California stuff that comes in is really small. Yep, she's sweating down there now. So I'm going to keep doing this. Maybe I'll come back and show you what this is like after I mash it down more. Okay, you can see I put it on the towel here to help keep it from sliding all over the place. And you can see it's wet down quite a bit. And I still can't show you the liquid though. It keeps running away on me. I don't know if I get down. Can you see it down there? It's like water, so you can't really see it starting there. But the water will come out. It's the juice in the cabbage. And the salt pulls the water out. And it also starts the fermenting process. Yeah. So, back to more stuff. Okay. There, I got it almost halfway down. Yeah, there's a lot of juice in there now. Let's see if I can get where you guys can see the juice. Tip it. It's in there, trust me, but it's like water. It's real clear. It's hard to... Do you see it wiggling there a little bit? And the longer it sits with the salt on it, it will come all the way up. And the cabbage will float up. And the water will, juice that will remain at the bottom. And that's when I'm gonna put I gotta go out and find a rock in there to hold it down as best I can. To keep the cabbage down in the juice. But I never really noticed a big deal as long as you keep it right full of juice. Because it'll raise up. I've had them run over too. But I usually put a pie tin underneath of it. Set the thing in it. So that if it does go over, it catches it. It all depends on how much water is in the cabbage that you're using. Some cabbage has a lot of water and others are more dry. I've never ever had to throw one out because it was bad. You know, you don't have to go the whole 28 days like I do. Some people do it for like 7 days. But what you do is you taste it to see if it's sour enough for you. You know? And also the amount of time you do it, it's going to have a lot to do with how crunchy the cabbage is yet. Because homemade sauerkraut isn't like rotten sauerkraut where it just basically turns into mush. It keeps some texture to it. That's why I love it. And I've been making it this way for years, so. Then there's the one where you can take your jars, like canning jars, quart jars, and stuff them full of your cabbage and your salt and stuff, and put them in your closet for like a month. Because it's not going to spoil because of the salt in there. Salt is a preservative. That's why in the old days they used salt to cure meat and stuff. It allows the, I think it's lactobacillus or something like that, bacteria to grow, but that is the probiotic that you want. Some of the same bacteria that you get in yogurt and stuff. You know, it's all good for you. It's packed pretty solid there now. The more you do this, you just want to do it to get the water going good so that the stuff starts fermenting right away. Oh, I think I see water starting to come in the top there. Thought I saw it. But, oh yeah, there's a little water right there. It's, I can't put my finger in there to show you. It's, oh. Yeah, the camera doesn't pick it up. But right in that one hole there, dent there, I saw water coming in there. So, we're progressing. Yeah. This takes some exercise, I'll tell you. But it's so worth it. I know everybody that's watching it says, oh, the heck with that noise. I ain't doing all that just to get so many sauerkraut. Yeah, it's something you can do at home and it ain't got who knows what in it. Like your stores and canning companies put in stuff. But see, I started out, you seen it. This jug was full, packed right in there. It's still packed in, but when you put the salt in there, it starts pulling out some of the water from the cabbage, and the more you go at it like this, it helps more water come out. Gets the process started faster. Well, that's all. Maybe if I remember in 28 days, see what day is this? Is this the 15th? Yeah, it's the 15th. So I had to go a couple days before the 15th of next month. And we'll see how this turned out. If I remember. So like I always say, whatever you do in life, make a difference. Until next time. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, in the zucchini here, you can see the size of them. They're about like medium size. I cut up about 10 of them. That's all that's in there. So spaghetti sauce that I made myself with all your normal herbs and spices. And, oh, and I put, part of my sauce was crushed tomatoes and diced tomatoes. That's it. Boy, is it ever good. At least I think so. If you like zucchini. Yeah, what I also forgot to show you is I got these too. I'm going to be slicing these up and frying them in butter for supper tonight. They're summer squash. I like them just fried up, sliced up, you know, like coins, and fried in butter with a little bit of maybe garlic on them, or like Joffrey seasoning or something. That's it. This is on the menu for supper tonight. And I might eat some of my zucchini sliced up over there if it gets done in time, which I doubt because it's already 10 after 5, but we don't eat till about 7, so. And the sauerkraut is really filling up with liquid, you know. You can see it, but it moves away when I tip the jar. So that's what I'm doing tonight. What else I'll have with it, I'm not sure. Don't know.